Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share an experience that has profoundly changed my life, the journey of adopting a 5 a.m. morning habit. This isn't just about waking up early. It's about the emotional shifts, the struggles, and the unexpected benefits that arose from embracing this routine. I used to dread mornings. I remember hitting the snooze button multiple times, convincing myself that I needed just a few more minutes of sleep. It was a cycle that left me feeling rushed and unprepared for the day ahead. But then something shifted. I found myself in a rut, both personally and professionally. I felt like I was merely going through the motions of life, and I knew I needed to make a change. That's when I stumbled upon the idea of waking up at 5 a.m. At first, it sounded absurd. Who in their right mind would willingly wake up before the sun? But desperation has a way of pushing you to try new things. I decided to give it a shot, not knowing how profoundly it would change my life. In those first few weeks, everything felt different. The quietness of the early morning was almost therapeutic. I began to notice the world waking up around me, and it was as if I was gifted extra hours of solitude that I never knew I needed. Mentally, I felt sharper. The morning stillness created a space where my thoughts could flow freely without the distractions that usually cluttered my mind. I started journaling, capturing my dreams and goals, and mapping out my day with a clarity I had never experienced before. Emotionally, I felt a sense of accomplishment before many people even rolled out of bed. I began each day with intention, and that small victory shifted my mindset. Practically, I noticed that I was more productive. I could focus on my priorities without interruptions, allowing me to tackle tasks that I used to put off. My routine was simple yet powerful. I began with a glass of water to hydrate my body, followed by a short meditation session. I found a guided meditation app that resonated with me, helping to ground me and set a positive tone for the day. After that, I would stretch or do a quick workout. Nothing intense, just enough to get my blood flowing. Then I'd spend time journaling, reflecting on what I was grateful for and what I wanted to achieve that day. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. I faced some serious internal battles. The first few mornings were brutal. My body resisted the change, and I often found myself fighting the urge to crawl back under the covers. There were days when I questioned my commitment, wondering if it was worth the effort. However, I reminded myself of the reasons I started. I focused on the feeling of peace I experienced during those quiet moments and how they transformed my day. Over time, I learned to embrace the discomfort, understanding that growth often comes from pushing through resistance. One of the most surprising benefits I discovered was how waking up early improved my relationships. With my mornings now dedicated to self-care and reflection, I found I had more patience and understanding for those around me. I was no longer rushing through my interactions, and I could focus on being present, which deepened my connections with friends and family. Another unexpected benefit was the creativity that blossomed during those early hours. I found myself inspired by the stillness, leading to new ideas and solutions to problems I had been grappling with. The quiet allowed my mind to wander, and I started to explore passions I hadn't made time for before. Looking back, I realized that waking up at 5 a.m. was more than just a habit. It was a catalyst for transformation. It taught me discipline, resilience, and the importance of prioritizing myself. I learned that sometimes the greatest gifts come from the most uncomfortable choices. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, I encourage you to give this a try. Start small. Maybe just wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual and gradually build from there. Embrace the stillness of the morning and see how it impacts your mindset, productivity, and overall well-being. You might just find that it rewires your brain for success in ways you never imagined. Remember, it's not just about waking up early. It's about waking up to the possibilities that each new day holds. If this story connected with you, and you want more honest insights about growth, discipline, and building a better life, subscribe to the channel. We're not chasing hype here. We're building real change, one habit at a time.